Hi everyone, welcome to Flanders Maple Celebration on just a spectacularly gorgeous spring day. We've got a lot going on here today. We've got some of the Siberian Huskies that you'll want to check out. We've obviously got our maple syrup that's cooking. You can even pour some of that maple syrup on some of our waffles that we have. I think we've got some sausages. Inside the sugar house, we've got people doing some weaving and some needle felting. And we've obviously got our maple syrup tours, so you want to check those out. And then across the way, over by our trail house,
Just see how beautiful it is here.
we've got some bluebird box building. We've got some music going on and just some other displays. So come on out and enjoy yourselves. Thank you much.
Yep, we can see the sugar shack. Smoke is coming out of the top. So they must be making syrup.
See that wood box there? That's all the wood heating it up. I'll ask you to stand back. More live.
Later we get marshmallows.
Throw in a couple?
When you got out, you would have to fill that with the sap and carry it back, and then go back and forth all day. That's a big job. Eventually, our truck with the holding tank on the back of it, very similar, and collect the sap. They would bring it back.
It's Mike, and I do most of the maple candy making here. And what we do is after the guys inside make the syrup, I will actually take some of the syrup that they've made inside and we make candy with it. And what we'll do is I'll heat it approximately 20 degrees hotter than the maple syrup. So it ends up being about 242 degrees.
What would you like?
And then we'll keep it at that heat for approximately 15 to 20 minutes, constantly stirring it. And then once it has reached that heat, we'll actually shut the heat and everything off and let it naturally cool down to room temperature. And as it cools, the syrup at that point is actually about 87 or 88% sugar. And it'll start to granulize almost like brown sugar. And right about when it reaches that point is when we'll pour it into the neoprene candy molds. And then we'll let them actually cool at that point just to room temperature for about a half hour to 40 minutes. And then once they've cooled, you can actually go right around the mold and just lightly pull them away, and you'll see it start to separate from the candy.
Right.
And then they'll actually pop right out of the bottom.
And you're ready to
And then we just bag
have
them.
a real treat.
Yep, and you're ready to have a good sugar.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
And things that tastings and, we learned that like-minded events. Remember the bottle of wine?
So what are you working on?
I am knitting. I am knitting a Christmas stocking. But the most fun part about this is I'm knitting wool that I spun when I was a teenager.
Really?
It's been sitting in my closet, and I said I'm going to use today as an excuse to make something that I can look at and use.
Excellent. Thank you.
You want to go put these over on the table, or do you want me to?
Hey, guys. You want to say anything? Huh? What do you got to say for yourself? Siberian Husky Club.
And they're all within breed standards. Close to it.
There's lots of tools and different things. How you doing?
Very good.
Actually, I'm gonna take this Yeah, I'm gonna get this to come out. Now we call this a pin tool because it's sharp like a pin, and I'm going to cut some of this off here because this is a little bit out of round.
Liam, he's doing that house inside. Wow.
Now we take that off.
No, this is that. You got to build the house first.
Now it's balanced again. Now I'm going to see if I can get another pull, get a little more height. There's still a lot of clay down in the bottom. This is porcelain is it's a very nice clay because it's so white, but it has a tendency to get floppy. And if you're working with it and it gets too thin, it slumps. So it's tricky to work with. But
There's face painting for him inside if you want. In there after.
sometimes the clay cracks.
Thank you. I know that too.
This is our urban bat box,
Right.
designed in cooperation with Flanders Nature Center and White Memorial up in Litchfield. And this box will comfortably hold 30 to 35 little brown bats. We'd like to introduce these into suburban areas so that we can help reestablish their presence. They're suffering from the white nose syndrome. So this painted black.
And the white nose syndrome, what basically happens? They don't eat the insects or they just die?
Well, it causes them to wake up prematurely during hibernation.
Okay.
And then there's nothing to eat because now they're hibernating and they're getting ready to emerge. But they're insect eaters, so they really can't wake up until there are sufficient insects to eat. So what it is, it's an irritant, and it allows them, makes them uncomfortable, and they just wake up prematurely, and they need to eat. And once you wake them, they won't go back to sleep. So hopefully we put these out in the urban areas, which will give them a place to roost if they should happen to fly by.
So that won't cure the white nose, but hopefully it'll just give more habitat.
It's just going to try to get any of them out there, you know, try to just increase the population. They really haven't figured out how to really cure it, you know.
And the concern for, let's say, people in suburbia is that the insect populations might go
This is
sky
what
high.
we don't know, because without the bats, we don't know what will happen to the insects. There will be more of them, more mosquitoes to bite us, you know, increased West Nile, you know, this is the thing that we're all concerned about.
Okay.
So this is what we'd like folks to do.
And they can buy these at Flanders?
Flanders, by the Flanders Nature Center right here in Woodbury.
Very good. I'm sorry, your name is?
Mike Amadeo.
Okay, Mike, thanks for sharing that.
Okay, thank
Take
you.
care.
Do you have bluebird houses too to sell?
Yes, we have our bluebird houses.